The 5K benefits the Marshfield Education Foundation every year. The Education Foundation, this version of it was created in 2010. And about the same time, a group of people got together and thought a 5K would be a great way to raise money to help the foundation. At that time, Tom Miller was on the committee, Erica Barrett, Emily Baird, Karen Hubbard, and a number of others. And I joined a little later, the race committee. We came up with the idea, never expecting it to grow to the size it's become. I mean, typically these days, in a non-COVID year, we have more than 3,000 runners, walkers, strollers, crawlers, you name it. And there's probably 4,000 or 5,000 people down in the Brant Rock area of Marshfield, which is fantastic. It's a great celebration of St. Patrick's Day. It gives people an opportunity to get out after a long winter and exercise, run a 5K, and then, have a nice pint of Guinness and celebrate the holidays. So, it was really fortunate. Not many 5Ks have the participation that we do and the community support that we do, and we're very grateful for that. Due to COVID this year, it looks a lot different. Last year, as we mentioned offline, we had to postpone the race just days before the race was ready to kick off in March of 2020. This year, we're referring to it as a semi-virtual 5K, and that we hope, a number of the runners will go down. The race starts, the race period is open on Wednesday, March 17th, and it runs through Sunday, April 4th. So at any point during that period, participants can run a 3.1 mile, a 5K route. We're hoping a number of runners will go down and run the traditional route in Brant Rock. And while they're at it, support the local businesses that have been so supportive of the race over the past 10 years. This year is the 11th annual. So it's very different in that it's virtual. We're trying to make it, obviously we want people to pay attention to social distancing protocols and that kind of thing. We don't want anyone to get in trouble with any of that. We want everyone to stay healthy. But we're hoping, a number of people can get out and still do that. And if they're not comfortable going down to Brant Rock, they can pick the race course of their choice and submit their times, and that'll work as well. Given the progress that's being made with the vaccinations in the state and here in town at the fairgrounds, we're hoping that later in the year, we will be able to have an in-person event. We're very thankful. We worked with the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Health to get permission to hold this event, and we're very thankful for their support. I've been involved since the beginning, and my favorite part is to stand down at the Stone Chapel. I stay away from the start itself because it's mayhem. But I stand at the Stone Chapel and I look down the Esplanade and I watch that sea of runners and walkers come towards us. And that's overwhelming when you see how many people are there. When you hear 3,000 people, you think that's a lot. That's a lot. But when you see it in action, and it takes a good 10 minutes for them to come up, make the turn, and proceed down the race route, that's kind of when the race committee can just exhale, because the race is off. We know everything was a success, and we can all take a deep breath and appreciate the community support. That's really my favorite part. Just once again, I'd like to thank the community for the continued support. We love being down in the Brant Rock area. 2 of the years we held the race, we had to reschedule due to storms. I think it was 2015. We had 3 major snowstorms hit the coast, and Brant Rock was underwater, and we put it off a month, and it was still a success. So, people stick with us. We're going to be here every year raising money for public schools, and we appreciate the support. This year, our local sponsors are Mountain One Bank, Roach Brothers, Shoreline Aviation, South River Veterinary, and South Shore Bank are some of our larger. So we really want to thank them. But again, just thanking the community for coming out and supporting us every year and helping us raise money for the schools. That's what it's all about.